I kind of wanted to get into specifically why you feel like there has been such a breakdown in communication within the gay community, because I know you have something kind of special coming up in London specifically dealing with communication in the gay community. Can you talk to us about that a little bit?
Yes, please.
Absolutely. I've worked with all kinds of people worldwide, all kinds of backgrounds, all kinds of beliefs. I can work with anybody and make a difference with anybody. I stand there. But one of the things I do is I will only work with people who request to be worked with, because you can't make people be or do anything. And and I respect that. One of my clients actually wrote a book about Grindr Survivor. It's called Grindr Survivor. And he expressed to me how difficult it's been in recent years to really find people that he can have an open and real relationship with. And the book also talks about that, like how do you get to something real, especially in a world that has so many apps and different ways for people to hook up. You know, you can get overwhelmed with the choices. You can get overwhelmed with what's out there, and sometimes even be fooled by what people tell you they are, and they really are not that. And he said, it would be really, really great if we could find something that we could do to empower people in my community. And I said, well, I'm your huckleberry. Because we all got some experience, some disappointment in the area of finding relationships, real relationships, whether they're romantic or not. I mean, even within our own families. So then he decided that we agreed. I said, yeah, I'll do that. And he said, well, let me go see what's out there. And we found this wonderful charity called Impulse Group of London. And they're flying me over, and I've been doing my due diligence, so to speak, and interviewing and talking and getting in people's world, because you just don't never assume anything. You know what I mean?
Right. So
we're going to be having a communication course there for the gay community and to impact their well-being. The sense of aliveness is what I mean by well-being on every possible level: emotional, sexual, physical, spiritual well-being, like a sense of real connection and balance. And we're going to do it through the realm of communication. That'll be on December the 15th and 16th. So it's 2 days of work, and in which I'm guaranteeing a transformation.
Is there any tidbits that you can kind of give us a sneak peek of what you'll be discussing with them, or tips? I know that you don't normally send your clients off with homework necessarily, or it's not, your workshops are not necessarily structured like a workshop, but any bullet points?
Oh yeah, I got it. So
all of us here are single.
No, so yeah. So the first thing is I get people really present to what their truth is about dating. Okay. And about their experience of how they've been treated as an individual. And then also what it's like to be in a world where you may experience being treated like an object or desensitized because of that, or disempowered because of that, or somehow been physically assaulted because of that. I mean, all of that's there. We live in a world where different people don't make it with different people. And regardless of the community, but of course we're looking at it from the world of the gay community. And the real stressors that are there for the gay community. That's what I'll be at work on. So first thing that'll happen is we'll start looking at, why are you here? Now, I got to tell you, that in itself is so exciting. It starts the day out where folks are like, no one's ever really asked me why I'm here. And and I'm like, well, yeah, what do you want? And then that also has them go, what? What do I want? No one's ever really asked me that question. So I'm asking that question because I actually care and I actually want to know. And then they'll start telling me exactly what's been happening. Now, here's the thing that's interesting. Because I'm trained to really listen and really get where people are at, people really open up right away. And the power of this kind of setting, where you have a group of people together inside of a communication workshop like this, is that as people are speaking, it's like light bulbs come on. It's almost like the light switch comes on. They're going, wait a minute, you feel that too? I had no idea. I thought it was just me. Well, no. And then I keep pulling that conversation because it's a transformative and adaptive conversation. It's very organic. And then I get people up to the microphone and they start sharing. Now, I never just call on people. They have to want to be coached, to come up to the microphone, and then I'll listen. And as I'm working with them, everyone in the room experiences that I'm working with them. It's so intimate and it's so powerful that everybody's drawn in. And so what happens is we start to pick apart their relationship to what people are saying, doing, and being with them. What's their relationship to rejection? Like, what's that like for you? And then we start to look at the world of, do you think they're rejecting you? Or do you think that they're just saying what they're saying? And then I just keep pulling that question open. And they start to get that there's nothing, it feels so daggum personal to be human, you know? Yeah. Like everybody and everything's just coming at you. And it is coming at you so fast, you don't even have time to think. So you know what we do? We just react. Mm-hmm. So all I do is I slow the camera down. I get it to go slow-mo so folks can start to really see what is really going on. So talking is an illusion. It creates an illusion of something. It creates the illusion of being victimized, the illusion that people are out to get you. But here's the power of communication. It's a revealing power. You start to reveal the old conversations that you've gotten stuck with about what people say you are, about what people say you aren't, about what people say you're not good enough, or you're this or you're that. And we start to look and see, is that your conversation? And if it isn't, let's not give it power. So the first day is really tough work because it's starting to be able to get your own experience, not what other people tell you your experience should be. And that takes something. And then as it opens up, everybody's kind of going, well, Coach, what do we do now? I said, tomorrow we really get to work. Today's about telling the truth, right? Everybody that's in the room has a promise of confidentiality. And I've never really had any issues with people going out and using it. But it really is, what is in that room is our conversation. It's our work. It's our looking together, right? So it's like this strong bond occurs too. And the bond is a human bond. Because believe it or not, where the upset is we've turned each other into objects.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, you know, especially when it comes to dating. Rejection is a scary thing, so we'll dehumanize folks so it doesn't hurt so bad.
Yeah.
So then day two, it really takes off because day one's really fast too, but day two really takes off because now we got to create something. We got to start putting language to what you want to create around dating. What do you want to create around your well-being? Who do you want to make peace with? And many times, they come up to the microphone. Now, that's where the real tips are. So I always encourage people, I say, if you really want this, you better come up to that mic now. I'm telling you, you are not going to sit down the same, boo-boo. It's not possible. And then what happens is when it comes to that mic, that's when I start opening up the world of communication versus talking. Mm-hmm. And start to help them connect the dots. See, I'm not really telling people stuff they don't already know.
Right.
It's not you don't know this. It's how do you connect it up right? That's the issue. Because there's thousands of things coming at you, but how do you connect the conversations in such a way where they make sense for you? What makes sense for one person doesn't necessarily make sense for you. So how do we connect it up for you in your worldview and what you want? So we're doing exercises. I'd have them share with each other. So that way, if people, everyone isn't going to get up to the mic. So everybody gets a chance to communicate. So we can do a lot of sharing, group sharing, sharing with each other. And then I start to really distinguish the world of communication versus talking. And before it's over, you're clear of the difference. And you'll know the difference in the quality of your life right away.